saw progress in that regard this week?
Yes, this week was, better. Again, unfortunately, a lot of guys were just whatever the right word. They learned it the hard way, but hopefully they've learned it.
Our you guys have typically addressed if a guy is going to be out for years. Sometimes is Marshall a situation? Could there be a situation where he comes back, or is he indeed done?
I don't know. I think it's fair to say he's week to week instead of day to day, but nobody really knows yet exactly what the timeline is.
Does he stay in the same boat?
A different boat. He's in a different boat.
Similar boat?
Different boat. Yeah.
Okay.
D versus.
Do you move anybody from receiver to running back? Do you move some personnel around to possibly have to take Byron's spot?
Well, he's primarily been playing receiver, so.
That's what I'm sorry. From running back to receiver,
Yeah.
do you move like a Brooks James who did that in the spring, or Taj or anything like that?
We'll continue to move those guys around just as they develop, whether it's Tony or Taj or Jalen Brown, or trying to think of some of those younger receivers of just that next chunk of reps.
Where's Jalen Brown at? Is he a guy who can help step up and get some? Artfully worded, I know.
Yeah. Jalen's a stud. He's a guy that is just a worker. He's a great kid. He's really learned a ton over the past year and really take advantage of his time here. And just a matter of cracking the lineup and doing some things in game time.
Is Malik a guy who could come out of a red shirt and see more offense or defense now?
He's primarily on defense right now, and that's a constant argument. Yeah.
As to whether he red shirts or not, or whether he goes
correct.
to offense or defense?
Both. But yes, the latter of we're in that weird kind of dead zone of the season of 4 games in, and whether you burn a guy or not, and exactly, that's the thing. This time you have to have a very defined role of, okay, he's going to get X number of plays, whether it's offense, defense, or special teams to make it worth it.
You guys obviously dealt with some significant injuries last year. What can you take from that you can apply now that you're sort of dealing with that again?
Well, I think you can look back and just value not talking about it. And no offense, but yeah, it's such there's nothing good about it other than people galvanizing around the situation. There's nothing to be gained from crying about it, from having a pity party. Everybody has some level of this, and so we it's not to downplay the injury at all or devalue that person in any way, shape, or form, but just go onward and upward.
Have you talked to Byron at all since Saturday?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's here today.
When defense is having trouble kind of stopping guys, do you at all tinker with the strategy of tempo on offense? Maybe give it a little more break?
No, I mean, we need to play better on offense too. It's not a one unit deal, and we can't. I don't want to say handicap any phase for one of those things. We can't. We're not going to change our kickoff return to help. Just all those things. Certainly, if it's something in a game plan that gives us an advantage against a particular opponent, we'll tweak with it that way.
Oregon's thing was the tempo and was the speed in their attack mode. Are college football teams catching up? Is that no longer a weapon of Oregon? Some of that was talked about this week.
No, I think it's definitely still a weapon. You have to still, whether you do it fast, you do it slow, you have to execute, and that's the key. If you can execute at tempo, that's deadly. Or you control the pace. You control the tempo and keep the opponent on their heels in every phase. And certainly the exact opposite happened last week. At a point, it's 20-13, and life is fine, and we're competing in every phase, and things got away from us.
Well, with that, then this week, how do you attack that to fix that? I guess during the week of practice or a short week.
Yeah, you again, you review the good things you did, you review the things you need to improve upon, and just of one mistake doesn't have to cause an avalanche. One mistake can be one mistake, and just compete through it. And part of that, again, you can't manufacture, making a touchdown mistake in practice. I mean, you sort of can, I guess, but the pain that causes you is different in a game than in practice, and that's something that you just have to kind of ingrain in these guys over time.
Are you guys going to keep any of the guys you tried out for walk-ons?
There's going to be a few guys, I think. Yeah, they still have to kind of pass. There's a little compliance and all the other stuff. We kind of make them jump through those hoops. I don't have those names yet, for sure.
The guy who did that in the spring, Dequan Dowell, he's now contributing on special teams.
Yep.
How rare is that to have a guy try out and then also stick for fall camp and now contributing?
Yeah, there's very, very rare. You know, we've had a couple guys that have been great scout team players that have done it. But yeah, Dequan has been a contributor almost instantaneously in terms of in spring he jumped out of a guy that is, you know, has a unique skill set in being able to cover kicks the way he can and play linebacker in a, you know,
a new position.
Productive way. Yeah, right.
Guys who show up like that, do you know anything about them at all? Or is it just the first time you see them is when they're trying out?
Well, the first time we see them, yeah, they have to kind of, again, go through there's a background check and all sorts of things. And, you know, guys have all sorts of great stories and backgrounds. Some of them are local guys. Some of them are from a long, long way from here and everywhere in between.
Did you have anything you were particularly looking to see from your guys coming off of something they hadn't been to like last week? And did you see it, or is it more just kind of react and kind of see how they react?
Yeah, I mean this week's been good. You know, their reaction has been good. It's been positive. It's been building toward confidence, and now we have to cut it loose. You know, we have to play like that, and then probably even more importantly, have some success, have some failure, and respond the right way. You know, respond with confidence, trust what they've done, and that's going to be the key. You know, that's that kind of next evolution of it.
Have you seen Vernon this week? I mean, can you see an improvement or a same in terms of the finger? Is he able to do more, throw more, rest less, do anything?
He's very similar to how he's been the last couple weeks. You know, and again, he's a competitive guy. You know, and he always gives it probably a. You know, it's like when you talk about your own grade in math class, you might give yourself 5 or 10% more than you really have, and so that's something that we have to gauge.
Scott indicated that it would be maybe last week. They thought he could go, and then he came out that he's going to have to be. Sound like he's going to have to be a little bit more convinced this week to go with him.
Yeah, and it's literally, you know, we're going to see it in at game time again, and it's going to be a look in his eye and zip on the ball and just that air about you of confidence and that's the thing. It's not like a, you know, whatever, a broken foot and the guy's out, he's out or whatever. It's a little bit different than that, and so we'll see.
Mark. It seems like Farrow's been making pretty good progress. Do you anticipate a time that he might play this year?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Has he been making decent good progress in your eye?
Well, from what happened, it's been amazing progress. But yeah, I don't know. That's why we don't try to project. Sorry. Thanks.
All right.